Boom. Come on, Overlay.
What's up, guys?
You got this. Come
Come on,
on.
baby. Let's go live stream.
Come on. There it is. Thank
What's
you,
up,
Lightstream
y'all?
Gods. What up, everyone? Welcome back. A bit of a different schedule here, trying to not miss too many streams in a row. So we're making
Yo.
ends meet, and
Yes, sir.
we are doing it. So
We're
may or
live
may
in
not
Chicago
be
right
in the
now.
same location,
Yo.
but you'll never know. So
Yeah, if you notice, I don't have oatmeal in the background or my kitchen.
it's true.
Or,
No oatmeal stove background.
I'm all splayed out
No
on a
no
nice
sideways
couch here.
table.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's going to be happy. It's going to be crazy. 5
Yep.
years in that place.
Oh yeah.
Finally moving out.
Crazy.
What's up, y'all, though? Happy Friday. We see Jeremy, the Memphis legend. I don't know if you're actually from Memphis, but you do the music. And then Pseudo, both you guys got in. Be Like Them. Q, we got 3 people. Let me put it in again. I don't have my little stream deck, but ooh. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to do it from Lightstream. Sorry. There we go. Use that. It'll go to our website. You can submit your songs. We have 3 people in the queue. We usually get through 5. It might be a little shorter today because we started late, but we usually go through 7:30 Central Time, which is about an hour and some change from now. So we take about 15 minutes per review. And yeah, we want to get to your music, and we'll talk about more. I mean, we could do it now. Should we do it now? FastTrack? What is FastTrack? More
Well,
than just a feedback stream.
yeah, first of all, just a reminder, we do really detailed feedback, so we try
Yeah.
to be as objective and constructive as possible. We've got a whole rating system that you'll see there on the bottom right, and
Cool.
we've got 3 in the queue right now. I think we'll probably get to 3 or 4 today because of our schedule, but we go in order of submitted for free. So if you're in the queue, if you're in the first 3, you definitely will get reviewed. If not, you can always tip to skip the queue, so that will get you right to the front. Minimum $5 tip, and we can do that. So if you want to submit still, feel free, go ahead. If we don't get to you today, we'll get to you at our next stream. But what's good, Jeremy? And then, yeah,
Good,
like
bro.
Chris said, we can sort of mention this is our feedback stream. This is where we started. But the thing that we've been working on behind the scenes is our collaboration platform. So this queue system that you see that we built is our platform, and then behind this you can sign up and get beta access to use all of our collaboration features. So that's uploading projects and tracks with versions of those tracks, creating timestamped comments, and your collaborators can do that too. You can invite them, you can assign tasks to individuals and set deadlines, that kind of stuff. And we have a bunch more coming with helping you build teams, find people to collaborate with, and maybe a little bit of AI in there too to help you make music better, faster, and easier. So
Woo-hoo.
that's what we're doing. If you're interested in that, if you want to try it out, just let us know. That's literally all you have to do. Just hit us up on our Instagrams or Discord, which is in the chat there, and we'll get you in. We're just doing one-on-one interviews to figure out what you actually need, how we can help you, and build the best product possible. So,
Yeah, we could show you around how to use this stuff too. So,
yep,
do it.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. Looking forward to hearing some music. So let's push this live.
Let's do it. We got iSpirit, we got Jeremy, we got Pseudo. First is iSpirit, the power of the eternal love. Whoa, what is this? Is that like a Halo type of album art? I don't know. Their role includes producer, drum and bass. Love it. Working as a team, it will be achieved. Don't know what that means, but all right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
iSpirit, if you're here, let us know. 3, 2, 1.
Very stock piano.
Yeah, it reminds me of like N64 music. It's fire.
No dynamics though. Like,
oh yeah, that's what I mean. Fuzzy synth.
cool.
Yeah.
Cinematic.
Here we go, baby.
Ooh.
Nice hit.
I like that part.
Hey, hey. So great.
Nice contrast. The energy.
Yeah. Nice tuning. This piano has a lot of. Oh, it's back. It's like this piano has dynamics.
Guitar part.
So funny to me.
Repeating that chord progression a whole lot.
I like that change up a lot. That was cool. Real.
Cool.
Can't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
All the
You
reactions
know
in
what I
one
think?
track.
Oh no, bro. There's plenty more, bro. There's plenty more.
Damn. What's the
Yeah, I
thumbs
thought that
down?
was
Does that
really
work?
cool. Yeah, yeah. Watch. I think thumbs down one is one thumbs down,
Hmm.
and thumbs down two it'll be rainy. But anyways,
Oh,
what do you think,
interesting.
Josh? Five's first impressions. This is not what I think. This is pretty
Wow.
good, but
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think the drops are like super impressive, and there's a lot of unique choices made there that I think like paid off, worked out really well.
That
Um,
changeup was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool. Super dramatic. There are points that I feel like uh, let's say aside from the drops that I feel like the drama is like trying a little bit too hard, but also like it's trying to be dramatic, but also at the same time is kind of boring. Like
Mm-hmm.
that chord progression that repeats, the literally whole time.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't. I think there could be some work to do on the like harmonic rhythm, as they call it, of those chord changes. It's just a little bit awkward, and as
Mm-hmm.
it like repeats over and over, like the way that the rhythm of those chord changes relates to the tempo and like the meter and stuff. It feels like somewhat like it's in halftime, but then it's not. And the way that those last four chords, I think it is, change like a little too quickly. It makes the piano and the sort of like VST sounds sound even more robotic and sort of fake because it's like not maybe it's just because the chord changes are too fast and it doesn't sound like as fluid as a real player would make
Oh
quick
yeah.
chord changes at the end of a progression like that. So
Hmm.
I think that the root of the problem is that you could work on the sort of how clean that chord progression is because you're using it through the whole track. I
Hmm.
think you're able to get around it largely in the drop because there's so much other stuff happening and so much energy, and now we're in this like double time thing or whatever. But the rest of the time, it just is a crutch, or it's like it's bringing you down. Um,
I
so
feel like I might like it. I wonder if it was an intentional choice. Um, just because there was one part here where it goes down. I think I'll try clicking it. See.
the quiet part,
Yeah, it's like this is completely different than the freaking like what it sounds like that other main piano where it's like blum blum blum. It sounds like every single note is being played at the same velocity, which is
yeah,
obviously like
it's at
not
one twenty
how a,
seven.
yeah, it's like obviously not how a human player would play it. And like the fact that this guy has this part where it's like, oh, this sounds like a real human would play this. I wonder
Yeah,
if it's intentional.
this is the part
Um,
where it sounds more natural to me. It's more well masked by the nice dynamics here.
yeah, and then that piano comes in. Yeah,
There's just something about those
I like
do
it.
do
Yeah.
do that just doesn't sound. Maybe it's the how the do and the do don't match up. It just
Hmm.
doesn't feel like it's well balanced rhythmically to me. There's just
Hmm.
something uncanny about it. It doesn't feel like it's a well written chord progression. Like it just
Hmm.
doesn't find me a popular artist. I really wish that we had somebody who is like a real professional songwriter to come in and like vocalize this stuff better than I can. But
Who like
there's
Rick
just
Rubin
some
or something?
yeah,
I don't
there's
even know
just
if he's a
something about
songwriter.
that chord progression that it shows its awkwardness when it's not masked by other positive, attributes.
Hmm.
It works okay, like in the drops, and it works okay when there's that really low, dynamic thing. But the rest of the time, it's just awkward. Uh,
Let's see.
I mean, obviously, there the
Yeah.
velocities are all the same, and the
It
rolls are
gives
like
me
artificial.
if you look at the if you listen to the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time soundtrack, which is from the N64, they
Yeah,
probably did this because they had like limited like bits or information to like to feed into the music, whatever they were
yeah,
able to feed into this game.
yeah,
But yeah, all of the piano notes and like harps and stuff are all the same velocity.
yeah,
And that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if he's trying to do it. I mean, his album art is just like some sort of angelic robot looking person. So I don't know. It might be that that's what it is, but yeah,
maybe. But
I give it
it
the
just
benefit of the doubt. I kind of like it. I see what you're saying though, but
yeah.
yeah,
But
I
I
think
mean, again,
otherwise beside that, it's like a solid foundation of a track that I like the change ups. I like the drops. I think I do agree with you that it could be there could be something more hooky that makes me want to come back to this. But I could vibe to this. I could listen to this on a road trip and stuff. I think it'd be cool.
yeah, I think the drops would be more impactful if there was something different chordally
Yeah,
happening in the other sections, so that it would be
yeah. That's why that
even
switch up
more
was
of a
so good,
change.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the other thing is, again, drops are awesome, but there's a lot of time that we're spending just listening to this sort of awkward like chord
Blum,
progression loop over
blum.
and over.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think you could just trim a lot of the fat and it would be better.
Yeah.
It's a common thing, but it's like, yes, you as an artist in your own myopic world are trying to impress everyone. And so you're adding more and more stuff to try to be impressive, but like nobody cares. So like
Hmm.
get rid of the stuff that's just fluff, that's just blah, and leave the parts in there great and complement them. Like make the rest of the song work for those drops, which means drawing more contrast between them probably by not having that same chord progression the whole time, not spending as much time in the verses. I know you're probably trying to build like suspense, but like we don't need that much suspense building. It kind of gets annoying after a while.
Hmm.
So yeah, it again is all about stepping back and forgetting about yourself as the artist and like the ego part of it, and just being like, if I were a listener, not knowing who this is, am I making myself wait too long to get to the good parts? Like, is this verse worthwhile listening to? Especially when it's like it happens again and again. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's always that thing of stepping out of your songwriter mind to step into your editor mind or your listener mind. And
Hmm.
this is another case where you can trim the fat, make it better.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I don't know if it. I guess I can warrant this. Like, there's like the radio edits that are shortened for, I guess, palatability. Is that a word?
Hmm.
Versus
Yeah,
like a long mix or progression or something. Um, yeah, so you could do that both. And for our purposes, like we don't want to listen to a 10-minute track. So this isn't 10 minutes, but yeah, send us the radio edit and a general principle. If we want to hear it again, let us loop it. That'll even get you more streams. So
yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. The interesting thing with radio edits is that I guess there are specific reasons for why radio stations need like shorter versions, just because of like
yeah,
airtime constraints. But
yeah.
oh, I Spirit, you're here. Nice.
Yo. Anyways, bro, I still think I like this a lot. So yeah, no
Yeah, no,
worries.
no, it is really cool. It's just that, like honing in on the sort of energy graph, the journey over the whole track to make sure that it's engaging and not uh, aggravating in any ways that we're like hearing the same progression repeated too many times, or like these sort of fake sounding VST like piano instruments where it's not convincing because you've got such great material. It's so dynamic and high energy in the drops. It's just the other parts that feel a little bit stale or a little bit like fakey, almost
Yeah,
like video game music. Which is that what you're trying to go for? Or are you trying to go for like mass market appeal? Because those are very different things, and I don't want to get into the territory where it's like, yeah, I like
I
video game
love it.
music. Sure,
I
it can
love
be that. Don't do that. Be honest with what your goals are and what you're trying to do. Not, oh yeah, you can compare it to that. Sure,
I love video
which I
game
think
music.
happens a lot. And it's like, well, are you trying to get fans or are you trying to just like fall into the abyss of SoundCloud music?
Yeah.
Two different ways to go.
I was playing and I remembered that there was a stream. What do you mean? Playing what? Anyways, you want to get to a score, Josh?
Must be a gamer, maybe, or playing instruments.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time?
Yeah,
Um, Vibes. I got a score. Do you have a score?
I got to score you.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Y'all. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I like this a lot. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
It sounds
it's impressive.
pretty well produced too. So
Yeah, I agree.
I'll default
Um,
to Josh's opinions though. I don't got the best sort of audio equipment today. I'm the average consumer. So yeah, I'll give you that opinion perspective. Oh, thanks. Mm-mm. Yeah,
um,
bro, a good track. We're just trying to get you to the next level.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Content. What do you got?
And then content. I mean, I guess content really is like the trimming the fat thing. So just like you've got a lot of time happening outside of the really good parts. Not to say
Mhm.
you shouldn't have an intro and a verse and an outro, but just think about how can you maximize the value of those relative to the drops. Is there a way
Yep.
to
And the
write?
switch up.
Yeah, and the switch up, sure, just sort of
Yeah,
part of the
that
second
part was
drop.
awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, just think about like, okay, if I do something different, will it make those drops more impactful and interesting? So there's a push and pull. There's something to go to and come back from, not just dynamically, but also in terms of like the colors, like where we are, um, and not overusing that chord progression that has a very specific and potentially slightly irritating harmonic rhythm, just with the sort of disjointment between the do do and the do do, those two rhythms being kind of like inconsistent with each other.
Mhm.
You might want to just think about how can you make that harmonic rhythm more of like a self-contained motif. So if you have like a pattern like a do 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 do, right, and it's got like the same sort of rhythmic cadence repeated, that's a good way to sort of like create a tiled mosaic pattern within your chord progression that's not just like sort of random feeling or sort of like not well considered. So there's different ways to do it, but I would just see what you can do. um, Other than that, again, I don't think I have much else other than like trying that and shortening it a little bit.
Yep, I agree with that. I think it's pretty solid. I liked a lot of the melodic content there, but I think it's at this point it's like a decent song to tune out to, but there isn't like any huge story that I'm buying into or like a. I know this isn't like maybe I could think of like Pendulum for example, and they have a vocalist usually, but they're in the kind of D&B space where like you hear like they're very cinematic. There's obviously a vocalist that's telling a story, and it's like a kind of vocal hook to get me back. In this case, I don't feel there's much of a top line. It's a bunch of kind of supporting elements. I still could tune out to it pretty well, and it was pretty solid. And I'd love to listen to this on a road trip playlist. But um, yeah, there isn't something. Porter Robinson keeps coming to mind too, where there's just like that next level of like melodic storytelling that I'd want to hear out of a track like this. I think you have potential for it, but yeah, it's just the next level. So um, yeah, I got a score. Do you have a score?
I was just gonna say, there's that one little. It's not quite a top line, but let me try to find it here. No, where'd it go? I can't remember.
When you hear when you're listening back, even then, it sounds like a Pendulum song, but without the top line. You know what I mean? Like without the vocalist. That's what it sounds
Hmm,
like to me. Which is
yeah,
like really good. Pendulum is fantastic, but they have that extra oomph that makes you want to come back.
yeah,
So, anyways, cool. I have a score. Do you
yep.
want to find that top line, or you want to score?
I don't know if it was in the first or second like drop. Let's see. I don't know where it was.
Yeah.
All right,
But
we can
anywho,
scores.
y'all get it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Drop. Production.
And then yeah, production I think is pretty good overall. I think it gets better in the drops also, but I do think that there's a little bit of room for improvement with the low end, just getting the low end to feel as like sort of open and big as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some of that might have to do with the mid range. Also, I think it's a very crowded, kind of fuzzy mid range spectrum that you've got going on. There's a lot of like distortion type stuff happening. I think with some of those synths, it's like very saturated, and that's sort of okay. But I would just be careful to make sure that you're not crowding things too much, um, and that also can have an effect on how impactful the bass is. Um, so just a little bit of attention to detail around the overall sort of frequency space, but otherwise, I think it hits super hard. Your drums sound pretty good. So yeah.
Yep. It sounds pretty solid to my limited listening experience. So yeah, good job. Score
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Wonder if I'll just be higher.
Yeah, this is
Track
the
total.
highest score for me still.
Sure, that makes sense.
Um, Actually, I'll bump it up a couple there. Um,
Y'all,
Track total. Yeah, let's see.
you
Yeah,
know,
I know I'm at.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Right where my vibes are.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid. Josh is a hard man to please. Yeah. You-
Well,
hey
because
man, you came
the
here for
audience
feedback,
is.
bro.
It's not
Yeah,
me. Put this out. Is it gonna pop off? Probably not.
bro.
Right? That's the
Yeah,
harsh reality. But it's like we're not here to like say, "Hey, this is the best song ever. You're gonna be famous." We're here to be like, how could we find every single place that you could possibly look to improve if you want to get fans and make your music your career?
yeah.
That's all it is. It's like
Also,
if you're not interested in that, then that's cool. But then, I mean, what's the purpose of feedback then? Just to make. I mean, yeah, it's valid to make something that you're proud of, and if you're already there, good for you. But what were you gonna say, Chris?
nah, he just set all of that up so he can just say what he just said.
Yeah, I know.
This guy, yeah, it's goofy, but yeah,
It's cool though. It's
I was just gonna say
impressive.
our grading scale is like also different. Like you might see you what do you guys this I don't even know if participation trophy generation is the right thing to say here, but it's like you see a 70% and it's like, bro, wait a minute. This is on like a what 200% scale. Like I could go
Yeah,
all the way down to 0 here,
yeah,
50 here, and then this is like, 100. So where
yeah.
am I here?
I
92.3.
almost I don't know.
It's a pretty
Probably not
solid
worth it at
score.
this point. But we used to say a lot like when we didn't have the visual aid here, we'd say like 78% between develop and good to go. But now
Mhm.
that we don't have to say that, I almost wonder if it could just be 0 to 100 on the full scale. So that
Yeah,
50% would be develop and then 0% would be redo. And like if
I like
it's
it.
75% of the way there, uh, it would actually be halfway between yellow and green. Because we often are compressed to like the upper, 50-30% of the scale. Because a lot of
Yep.
stuff is like pretty good, like almost there, but not quite. Um,
Yep.
so that might help. center between,
Let us
like,
know,
what
y'all.
does it mean if you need to develop versus are good to go? Well, if you're 75% of the way there overall, then yeah, it makes sense that you'd be halfway between develop and good to go versus like you're almost all the way to good to go, radio ready, you're going to be a hit maker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to keep
So,
it real here, bro.
yeah, we got to
You
keep it
guys are
grounded.
little bros in the industry. No, just kidding. Well, you are, but yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
I
it's
digress.
somebody joined our Discord. Thanks for
Hey,
that.
yo, dude, this next
And
track bricked up.
yeah, all right. So we've got two more in the queue. We got Jeremy, who's right here, and Josh and all of us.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got Pseudo, whose artist name is Only Eric.
Fire.
Six
For the
Wiza,
next,
what's up? Six Wiza, do you have a track in the queue, or do you want
here
to
you
submit
go,
something?
bro. Boom.
Oh, there's Pseudo. What up?
These are wait, what? What's pseudo saying now? Anyways, you want to go to the next track?
Yeah. So that's pushed to live.
Folded.
Yeah, we've got two more in the queue right now. We've got time for maybe one more to add in. So if somebody else wants to get in there, submit your track now. Of course, if you want to get to the front of the queue, make sure you get reviewed today. Then you can always tip to skip, and that's right above
That's
your
you, Wiza.
platform.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah,
Got to get
submit
in there.
something.
Claim that spot. But we got folded. It's by Jeremy Return. Apparently, you got Juicy J on this track. That's crazy. Composer, sample curator, artist, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producer, drum programmer. Damn. Trap genre, excuse me, track genre includes trap, dirty south hip hop, hell yeah, baby, and underground hip hop. He wants feedback on the overall mix. Cool.
By
You
the
ready?
way, Jeremy, I don't know if this is intentional, but you might want to go to your profile. So if you click on your like profile picture on the top right, and then you can go to your dashboard. Then settings, you can change your name if you want. It looks like when you submitted and signed up originally, you put all of the artists that were featured on that track as part of your name. Oh, it is intentional. Okay. It looks like you changed the format. So it's Jeremy with the
Yeah, it doesn't
quote
look
of your
intentional.
artist name and then your last name. So yeah, it's cool. I just
Wait,
thought I'd
that's
point that out.
intentional?
But
That should look dumb. I'm just kidding. Anyway, you ready?
yeah,
Let's get to the
do it.
music, bro.
Let's
Three,
go.
two, one.
Bricked up.
Perked up. Oh, bricked up. Yeah.
It's so old that it's molded. Potato pockets, they loaded. I'm talking about a nigga can't fold it. I throw the paper up, I can't hold it. It's so old that it's molded. Potato pockets, they loaded. I'm talking about a nigga can't fold it. I throw the paper up, I can't hold it. Know what you know about $1 million play? House so fucking big, hall look like a maze. I got to the money, then got my niggas paid. I'm too busy throwing dollars to be out here throwing shade. Whip the Rolls Royce like that bitch up our Chevy, man. If you ain't talking paper, there ain't nothing you can tell me. White chick, brand new pants, no belly. Bitch name making claim she don't give back. Well, bitch, get the step. I ain't with the games. Cut from a different cloth, we are not the same. Heard them niggas yapping, disregard what they saying. I can go and buy a house and get you body with the change. Why you playing, nigga? It's so old that it's molded. Potato pockets, they loaded. I'm talking about a nigga can't fold it. I throw the paper, I better chase this shit like it's like the pen on it. Hustle like your kids, and you want the pen on it. Blue paper with a dead man on it. If you don't chase the money, then you don't want it. When you looking for a G, you
That
True.
was Folded by Jeremy. What you got?
Folded. Folded up, take it home.
Say Folded.
Uh yeah, I don't know. I mean
Hold
it's
it up, take it home, get out of here. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying? Are you
yeah,
saying fold it in a poker game?
that's what I'm
What do
saying.
you mean?
Um yeah, I mean there's some merit to it. Like I think your base work is cool, like the base part
Impeccable.
itself. I think
Impeccably huge low end.
well yeah, I think the fact that you're focusing on it is a bit apparent, obviously again it's like I think it was you, right, who submitted last
Make the
week and
speeders fart. Yeah, baby.
well no, you submitted last week, you had all these featured artists and
We
then
did.
you were like my role was the production and it's like this is a classic case of the drummer making themselves the loudest part in the mix. Here it's
Mhm.
also like your focus is very visible on the bass work because if this were to be just like a release, I think the bass is a little bit out of proportion to the rest of the track, especially
Mhm.
some of the other drum parts. There were like some cool little like glitchy hi-hat type things that were just like totally different, uh hierarchy, like not in a good way, like not well balanced. So I think that's the main thing is like if you're trying to make this a release, you probably need to balance out the bass with the rest of the track a little bit better and not just be laser focused on the bass.
Mhm.
um Other than that, there's like again lots of cool transitions and effects that you've got. I don't
Cool
know
feels.
what the intention is with the vocals because it's like it just feels like it's being buried again. It's like not I can't
I
it's hard to like pick out what they're saying unless you really zone in. And it may be different on AirPods versus more
yeah.
of a full range type thing, but um yeah, that was one point again that was like is this supposed to be featured or is it's that weird middle ground between is this supposed to be like at the forefront as a vocal or is this supposed to be a background element, but it was in between. It's like I don't know which it's supposed to be. Am I supposed to be listening to the lyrics or not? So again, it's just about the mix and staging things in a hierarchy that makes sense relative to each other. um, the only other thing for me, like I got a little bored after a while of just hearing the same
I
like
agree.
sort of two chord back and forth thing and the
Yep.
same like beat and everything kind of throughout the whole time. It doesn't interest me a lot unless there's like a really great rapper on it. But
Yeah, I think
on its own, it's just like
I'm not sure even if Juicy J was saying the same thing too. So like I don't know. Yeah. It felt like too long for too much of the same, you know?
yeah. I think it's hard. Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry.
I don't know if anybody can hear the echo, but he's coming through two mics.
Oops.
It's
My bad,
okay.
y'all.
Um, but you said fair enough, just the style. I mean, is it? Because like I've heard this style, but if you have a great rapper on it, it works. If you don't, or they're too low in the mix, it's just you're focused on a kind of mediocre progression. It's just like the
Yeah.
same simple ass thing over and over.
Mm.
There's
Damn.
cool transitions, but the transitions don't validate the meat and potatoes, which is the chord progression, the melodies, again, the vocal kind of being there, kind of not. It just needs some focus of like what's it trying to be or say or do. And right
Yeah.
now it
I
feels a
think
little bit ambiguous.
Yeah, from the last, like if you just take this example from the last one that he showed us. First of all, there was like four different rappers, and that song was like soup. That was like five songs in one or something like that.
Yeah.
There's four different rappers, and he also like flexed his own production on it. There was like somewhat drops. Here it was just like I'm gonna take Juicy J, who has the same flow, and that's true. This is the style. I agree with what he's saying. It's like a kind of it's a very repetitive, almost hypnotic kind of flow, and it's like it's evil music. That's what I feel like it is. It's like hypnotizing you to do some
Yeah. Yeah.
freak shit and like murder or whatever, slap on my knob and some freak shit too. But like that doesn't mean that like it's still not boring. Like that could be the style, but like it's just not executed as well. Like yeah, I could listen to 3 6 Mafia saying slap on my knob for like 4 minutes and it's like fire because it's a fire loop. But here,
Yeah.
it just wasn't as hooky. You know,
That's what I
it
was gonna
was
say.
solid, but yeah, it's just
He
not as
wrote
hooky.
it is I can send 3 examples of something exactly like this for sure. Sorry if that's not what you sound like, but the point is like, are you famous? If you release
Damn,
this, would you get as many listens as that, even with
damn.
no promotion? Like, be realistic, right? Listen to them side by side. Have your friends listen to them side by side. Are they different or are they the same? They're
Mm,
probably different in maybe subtle ways,
I'm
but
sure.
okay, then release it and prove me wrong.
Damn.
But I'm just saying, like, this is a really common thing that we hear from artists where you're trying to be like an artist that you know, and that usually doesn't work because you're not doing all of the sort of subtle details in the same way that they are. Also,
It's
they got
really
big because they had something unique, right? And I mean, again, if you want feedback, then what are you asking for feedback on, right? Like, we're trying to tell you, like, as first time listeners to this, here's what is triggering us to be interested or not interested after the full listen. And if we were like not forced to listen all the way through, I don't know if we'd make it all the way through. But the point is that things can have very similar qualities on paper. You can write down like a list of things that are similar and not be the same in terms of the listener experience. Like, how good does it all come together? Like, how is the balance of the bass versus the vocals versus the beat? How long do the sections go on? Like, all these really subtle, specific things are actually what make or break the listener experience, not how many promotion dollars you have, not like, the structure is correct or it's genre specific, but it's definitely a matter of subtleties. So that's what we're trying to give feedback on, is like, here's the things that were good and here's the things that got us, less interested or could be improved on. So yeah, and when lots of hearts, see.
it's all love, bro.
But
He
again, it's
says,
like,
"No, I get you guys." He says,
yeah, the idea isn't that it's going to be like perfect the first time around, but that there are ways to improve those subtleties to raise your odds of success.
"Yep, yep, take it or leave it. We'll give you our opinion, and that's all it is at the end of the day." But yeah, our feedback stream seems like everybody understands. With that, we can start giving out our scores. I think he's going for the vibe of that evil, dirty South Memphis kind of 3 6 Mafia kind of what's it, Suicide Boys type vibe. I think he goes. I think he does nail that. I do think it gets a little bit stale after a while, and like the main loop itself isn't just as compelling as what I've like heard like the best songs in the space provide. I agree with what you're saying, Josh, as the vocal mix being somewhat confusing. Although I do also understand that that's part of the style. I agree that the bass is farting, even if I'm using AirPods right now.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I mean, just compared to other songs. It's like some people will go to like a bass boosted mix on YouTube because they want to hear the bass fart, and like that's like what it is now, but it's defaulted that way. So he's like forcing you to do that. You know what I mean?
Interesting. It's interesting it
Which is
comes through like
fine.
that way on AirPods, because for me it's not like, blowing up like that, but it is just a little bit out of balance, and it shows that, like, even if it works well on one system that has the capacity for the bass, you have to be careful where that bass is and how it's balanced so it doesn't like blow out a bunch of other systems and make it just sound bad.
It's not blowing it out. It's just loud. I just like saying bass
Yeah.
fart. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, enough about farting, bro. You ready? Vibes.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? Okay, I think I got my score. Do you?
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm right around there too. I was gonna give a 69, but not phony. Oh shit!
Yep.
I already clicked my content score. What do you have to say for content?
Um your
We kind of
score
talked
didn't
about it a little
didn't
bit.
appear.
No, I
But
know. I'm holding on to it right now, so it doesn't
ah,
appear. Yeah,
okay. I'll get through
my
this quick.
prep.
I mean, again, it's about the sort of uh, intrigue of like what you have here. Like, is that sort of loop enough to carry the track throughout the whole time? Especially when the vocal is like not as far center stage as we want to be able to get value out of it. It's just kind of like there as like almost a background element, but almost a lead element. Like, not quite sure which it's trying to be.
Mhm.
And yeah, just as it goes over and over through that progression loop, it gets a little bit boring. So that's the main
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I just it might be the reason, or like a downside to mixing the vocals in the background too is like I don't really remember any of it being like, oh, this is dope, or like that was a dope line or anything. It was just like kind of a backgroundy thing. And even when I was trying to listen to the thing, the lyrics, it was just like, like all of it was just like, yeah, like it's like that style. That's it. You know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't want to like search out this thing again. But yeah, that's my kind of feeling on it. Do you have a score?
Yeah.
Where am I at? Content. Let's go here. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh fuck! I forgot that I could set it and then click publish. I was being an idiot. All right, three,
Oh,
two, one.
you're holding on the
Oops.
slider.
Yeah, I was being an idiot.
Oh, it's
And
all
I
good.
think as a vocal and instrument more in the face, you need to listen to it. But I got you. Yeah.
I mean, again, the point is that like if you have a vocal, it provides a subject for the listener to like focus on, and if
Mhm.
you don't have that, then it makes the whole thing kind of like background music, right? If there's
Yeah.
nothing to focus on as like the voice, the subject, the thing of interest, then it
Yeah.
by default is like instrumental sort of background music. So
Well, what he did last time, at least for what I remember, I mean, the vocals, yeah, they were there and they were like providing some new kind of things. But even then, I felt like the production was like more kind of captivating. You know,
yeah, well, but
whatever
it was
loops he
also
did
trying to
show
place
was like
itself
just more
more.
interesting.
Yeah, it was, but it
Yeah.
was all, it's all just the balance of like, well, the production's trying to be more front and center than the vocals in that
Right.
case,
It was
and in
like
this case.
this is the kind of track where okay, the vocals are supposed to be background, do it. But in the other one where people were trying to spit their heart out, not really. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
some of them were just like singing background parts, but some of them were like going crazy, spitting. It's like, all right, let them cook for a little bit, you know.
yeah,
You just got to be cooking at the right times. And so this time, like this is where you could do like your cookie shit as a producer. Juicy J isn't going to be mad because you probably just ripped the sample anyways. It's like, oh, okay, Juicy J is just there to provide a dope rhythm background kind of instrument. Go crazy on the production, man. That's what we want to hear.
yeah.
So cool.
So yeah, for
Mix,
production,
yeah, go for it.
um, I was gonna say that the vocal sounded to me like it had that quality that I thought last time about one
Warbly.
of them, where it was like, was this recorded on like a super bad like microphone or super bad room? And I think it's just that you're ripping it from somewhere else. You're like using something to pull it out of the original track, and it's getting all these artifacts around it because of that. So that is noticeable, and it's like, oh, okay, here's another like ripped vocal from something else. So
I feel like
professional.
it's somewhat kind of like the style to what it sounds like distorted and kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that's how the style is. Yeah, it's just like funk YouTube anime edit, like kind of fucking song.
Is
Like
the original this is from like that, or do you mean the style of like SoundCloud people doing this?
I think more so the SoundCloud people. The original is a little bit like that, but this is like to the extreme.
Yeah, I just it interests me how there's some of these styles that basically sound the way that they do because it's easier to make them sound that way versus it sounds better. Like there's a proliferation of people that want to make it big in music, and there's a lot of people that the easiest way to do that is through releasing on SoundCloud. And when they want to use a vocal from something else, the tools that exist to pull that out of the original tracks results in them sounding shitty, and so therefore it becomes part of the style because it's the easiest
Yeah,
way for the most people to make it sound that way, even if they're not
but it's
trying to
also
make
kind
it
of
sound like
cool.
that.
I
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
that like serendipitous like it's like use what you can, I guess, and then oh, if people like that sound, then they'll do it. But
yeah, yeah.
there
That
can
that
be
can
people
happen
that
too.
don't like it for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
it's just some of it is interesting to me how like
it's like
I don't
punk,
know.
right? Like some punk sounds like absolute
Oh
ass.
yeah,
Why did you
yeah, yeah.
record it this way? And it's
Yeah, of
like, oh,
course.
okay, like
But it's
yeah,
about the like the essence of what you're trying to get across, which I don't know. I mean, with punk, it's like I'm angry and I'm gonna like
fuck
make
this
that
shit.
known however I can. Versus the predominant feeling that I get from a lot of the SoundCloud stuff is I want to be famous, and so therefore I'm gonna copy other artists that are big to try to get like listened to
Yeah,
and display my ego. So I don't know. It's maybe different, but also
yeah.
an
It,
interesting
it
case
depends.
study.
Yeah, there's definitely genres like that. This is more like evil music. So I think
Yeah,
that's what it seems
I
like to
want to
me.
do crimes.
I want to do crimes, or I want to make like a sick anime edit, and like that's what this is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure. That
But
makes sense.
okay, production wise though, bass was huge, but it just slightly.
It's a
It
cool
was
bass. There's cool like
yeah,
sound design going on and stuff. It's just
nice
does it fit with the track? Is it made to
nice
fit
big
into
cake. Yeah, nice big cake there. And
yeah.
what is it? I yeah, I hear your vocal point. I get it's also like a style. I don't know if I'm too mad at anything else production wise. I think it's pretty solid actually. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I think otherwise it's good.
what's good? Male ox, got you.
Mailbox.
Boom.
Send us a track.
Just plug in.
Oh, Six Wise is in there. So just a heads up. If you do send a track, if you want to get reviewed today, you have to
have to tip.
skip to tip to skip.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go fast here because we have a hard stop at 7:30 p.m. Central, which is in 20 minutes. So let's go through these scores.
Yeah, we can do these two regardless if it takes a little bit longer because we started late.
Yeah,
But
that's
okay.
true. We'll get to 2. Yeah, so there'll be 2 left for free. We got right now after Jeremy, it'll be Pseudo and then 6 Wiza. Male Ox, if you submit, you have the opportunity to tip to skip. You'll be the next song that we'll listen to. So if you're gonna do that, please do that right away. And we'll probably leave
Otherwise,
one person for the next stream. So
yeah, we do get to everyone who submits for free. We just do them in order of submitted. So you'd be in our next stream, which may not be for a couple weeks. We've got some
okay.
summer plans conflicting. So
Yeah.
yes,
Get in. But all right, let's get through these scores. Folded production. What you got?
I got a
You
score.
got a score? 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Track total. Oh, how serendipity works. You ready?
Uh,
Can I give this that
yeah.
score? I think so. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Nice.
Slap on my knob. Yeah. So, All right. Thank you for the submission, Jeremy. Coming back for the second week in a row. Appreciate you. We want to hear more.
God, don't
Yeah.
pin that
Well,
chat.
69 by Josh. What a dream.
God,
This guy's funny, man. I like it.
funny. Yeah, just wait until the other rascals come back. Big Man and Black
So if
and
someone skipped, I'd get pushed out. Yes, unfortunately. So we do it in order people submitted. And if people have deadlines, because some people do, then they have the opportunity to skip. But if it comes to the next stream, if it's a couple weeks and you want to change your song, you could do that. Like we'll let you do that. We'll save your spot. But
also
you just gotta
Pseudo.
have.
There's only about 10 seconds for somebody to swoop in front of you, anyways. So if anybody is
Yeah,
tipping,
pseudo. You're good. 6 Wiza, it's more so. Yeah.
yeah, if anyone's tipping, let us know in the chat because otherwise we're gonna go to the next track in just a few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Pseudo, you're pretty much good unless 2 people skip. 6 Wiza, if 1 person skip, you might be pushed next week. So just keep that in mind. All right, you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Pseudo.
You're getting listened to, Pseudo.
We got Memory Lane, Only Eric, X Pseudo, producer. It's country. All right. I don't know if we've
Okay.
had country yet, except
Not
by
in a
that
while.
Lil Rary and Redwater, which they don't do country. All
Yeah.
right, you ready?
Yep.
What stage is this at? Let us know, Pseudo. 3, 2, 1.
There's a lot of processing on the vocal, but it's good.
It's like what? Jelly Roll? I don't even listen to Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, yeah.
Or Lil Nas X.
There's so much high end on the vocal. Way too much high end, but it's good.
Mama made it, mama made it. Look at them
That high end is unlistenable. Turning down. Maybe you can't hear it on those, but it's loud.
Steady, always falling out. And for you, I'll run a mile in the North Pole where it's frozen. I don't know how I can fall tonight. I'm falling and I'm breaking again.
It's got a good
And I
voice.
fall and I hate it again. I know my heart's outside. I go time, I froze.
What?
When the time is froze, and the time will go. When
Pedal
I'm
steel is nice.
alone, Bay does it so. And you feel everything. Oh, can you see everything? Oh, when I bleed again. Oh, can they even see it? Oh, babe, I'm bleeding. You say it, no reasons. You want it, no regret. I kept it, they see it. I'm up now, you believe it. You believe it. See me screaming.
Okay, so cool. Is that a sampled guitar, or is the whole did you get the track from someone, or did you produce it? How did you make this? Because like the track underneath is really nice. It's really cool.
It's from
Um,
Texas.
but it sounds like the vocal has completely different hands
Processing.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the vocal you, by the way,
Yeah, I'd have to imagine.
because all you wrote is producer. So curious, like
Oh, yeah. What is the
only
story, Pseudo?
is only Eric the artist? You and your brother did the guitar seriously, including the pedal steel.
It was beautiful.
Only Eric is the artist. Sorry, trying to get the
Yeah,
specifics.
wait. Pseudo. So me and my brother did the guitars. So that is not only Eric. Is only Eric the vocalist? Yeah, that was too fast.
Okay, so
Only
only
Eric
Eric
is the
is the
vocalist.
vocalist,
Okay.
and you guys did the
You guys are
guitars,
the guitar and production.
which I
Did you
assume he
do
means is the pedal steel. Dude, like that is sick. That's super
beautiful?
impressive. Both those guitars sound great. Props to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you produce the vocals too, and record the vocals, or was that him that he sent it in and stuff?
do the
I did the
production.
production.
So, did you record the
Elaborate.
vocalist, or did he send his vocals into you?
Yeah, because that's a big point of our feedback.
Yeah.
Thanks. No,
No. Wait,
bro,
can you
help us out.
explain?
What did you do? Like, you could take
There's a
time to
delay.
answer him, and he did all the vocal stuff. All right. Well, he should.
Okay.
Just a rule of thumb: if you guys are collaborating and you're producing and mixing it, you should send. He should send you a dry like version of his vocals so you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
actually do the
Yeah. You
processing.
can't release it
You
like
guys,
this.
yeah, so you can make it all meld together because right now it sounds like this guy Roddy Rich auto-tuned ass fucking what apparently what Josh said is
Yeah.
like super high-end heavy and stuff
Oh my
does not fit
god.
with this lush like countryside instrumental that you have. I think it could work, but like the way it's processed, no way. Like he could send you like, "Oh, this is my chain. This is how I usually like to sound" as a reference, but ain't no way this should be thrown into the mix. He should give you a dry version so you can actually process it to where it fits. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's like a huge kind of. I mean, I like the song in general, but it's like a huge turnoff uh, from like where this could go to the next level. It's holding it back for really no reason. You know what I mean? So yeah,
You have zero
I had
idea how
zero
to do
idea how to do it.
vocals. Better learn.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I
Or
mean,
get
it's
someone to learn. Yeah,
yeah, or
but
get somebody to help. But it's not gonna. I mean, look, I don't know how
I
you
would
made.
tell him just get his version with the auto tune on it, but like don't like the way he's compressing it and like smashing it and EQing it. It's like
Holy shit! Yeah,
super. Yeah,
it's crazy,
like
and the auto tune is weird also, and I don't know if his performance under it is weird, but a lot of the like there's a lot of like vocal like I don't even restlessness. I don't even know what the
yeah.
terminology would be, but like the vocal is just doing some weird stuff
Mhm.
that like is just going a little too far with some of the melismas or whatever. Like here, let's try to find a spot.
Don't know how I
That's
can
fine, but you can hear how that sounds weird and artificial. His like high
fall
stuff.
tonight.
Sorry, I didn't hear exactly what you were saying, but honestly, like that's kind of like the style in terms of like auto tune jumping around. I feel uh, like I feel like if you sing perfectly, auto tune's not going to sound good. But if you sing like somewhat imperfectly, it sounds pretty cool. But I will concede that I think rhythmically the singer's not locked in. So it's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
effect combined with like him kind of being ahead and then behind and ahead and behind. It's like kind of nauseating.
Right,
And
when
it
you've got correction and you're struggling to tell like is this correcting rhythmically and pitch, or like you're just getting so far removed from like
yeah,
a convincing vocal sound that it's
yeah.
like it sounds like the vocal signal's
That's
just been butchered and
bro.
beaten. It's like what the fuck am I listening to?
Bro, Pseudo said he did it in 30 minutes. I was gonna say the vocals, the lyrics sound like they're freestyled. Like they
This
sound
sounds like
so
a
like
Fiverr vocalist.
yeah. It sounds like he did it in 30 minutes. Like it sounds like bro has a good voice. He has a decent chain, although it's pretty high heavy.
Yeah.
But the lyrical content has almost zero effort. So like like this is good for a demo and an idea, but he's got to flush it out if you guys want to release it
He
for
said
sure.
apparently on the beat I sent him 2 hours ago, he's trying harder on the other one. He better be.
Sure, sure.
Um,
But I mean, what's your plan with this one? Because he I think it's cool. But like the lyrical content, it's just so like I freestyled this and I don't want to put any more thought into it.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I couldn't get
it puts a
anything.
shame. It puts a shame to their guitar performance.
I
You
couldn't
know,
get anything. I know. I totally agree. Like, I
like
honestly,
I
like,
love that guitar performance.
best case scenario for you, like no attachments, is like literally find a different vocalist because your
Mhm.
track underneath this is so cool. And unless your vocalist can like really get his act together with processing and the delivery being good, because he does have like interesting vocal tone, I think. But if he can't work with autotune or perform in a way that works well with autotune and is going to insist on producing his vocals like this, then you guys deserve better. Like your track
Mhm.
sounds amazing. Your guitars sound
Yeah,
completely professional.
yeah,
You could do a lot of cool things, but you need to have the right artist to pair with. He said, "No clue." Someone said it sounds good for an intro, outro for an album. Yeah, like this could, as a track, it could fit that mold. But
yeah,
like the details are that
yeah.
it's
Even
so
then, yeah,
harsh. Like I
yeah.
literally was turning down the whole time. I didn't get any lyrical content out of it because it was like
I mean, the
painful.
lyrical content I did was like that was like kind of an awkward, corny
Really
delivery that he probably just thought
on
like
the spot.
he thought on the spot and like didn't want to go back and fix it.
Yeah,
Like not everybody's Lil Wayne, bro, and even Lil Wayne's like lyrics aren't that deep, really. So it's like, does that
yeah,
belong in a song like this, where it's like I'm sitting on the countryside thinking about life with this, it's just
yeah.
beautiful, and
There's a
like it could be
mismatch.
really cool. Like he's got a great, I think he does have a good voice. Like he could make
Yeah,
it sound really cool and cool melodic ideas, but the fact that he said that like totally nailed my impression. Like this guy did it in like 5 minutes. Like he tried it
yeah.
like once or twice and was like, all right, if he's like I'm done next track, like that guy, he needs to like have some quality control. But if this is like a demo for him, like okay, I like it. You should clean up your rhythmic delivery. You should clean up the lyrics and tell a cohesive story that it's like just as moving, if not more, to the guitar performance that you guys and that you guys performed here. It was like beautiful. And maybe you guys could talk about, like it's a collaboration, right? Like, hey, what are you feeling when we're talking about this song? Like, I want to hear you sing something like this. Like, you could even put feedback in as the main composer of the song. So, yeah, those are kind of our first impressions vibes here. Some Lil Nas X, Jelly Roll. I've never listened to Jelly Roll. I feel like this is what his music would sound like, though.
Mhm.
Just that kind of auto tune mixed with country. And yeah,
I was
so
gonna say one thing that I feel like is kind of lost with like not necessarily just the era of like these like collaborations with people you don't really know and you're doing them virtually and they're just like putting something down and sending it to you
mhm,
is that idea of like actually collaborating, right? Like
yeah,
getting together and talking about like what are we trying to make here? Like what are we trying to go for? How are we going to make the music and the vocals and the lyrics actually make sense together versus like a lot of the sort of lazier collaborations, not to be harsh, but where it's just like, all right, I just need a vocal on this, then it'll be good. And then you just like ask someone, they put minimal effort in. Like, that's not the greatest. The songs that you look up to are not made like that, guaranteed.
yeah,
There's so much care put into the production and not just the production in terms of mixing and mastering and putting instruments on stuff, but like producing the song like you'd produce a movie or a TV show. Like you're trying to figure out what the meaning is here, what the context is, like where things slot together to make a cohesive experience, a listener
yeah.
experience, not just like
I
checking boxes. We need guitars, we need track, and we need vocal. All good. We'll release it and get famous. So,
Bro,
more required.
that whole like collaboration. That's even like hard to do in person. Like to make a
Yeah,
cohesive
it's a
song between
skill.
two people. Yeah,
It's a skill, but
like
it's also requires so much patience that I think a
yeah,
lot of people don't realize how much time big
and
artists
honesty. You got to
put.
be honest with
Yeah,
your.
yeah. It's like honesty. It's a communication and like a interpersonal skill that you have to learn. And it takes time, and there's no way around that. Like you can either make a lot of tracks that are sort of like mid, or you can make a few tracks that are really meaningful and well thought out, and have effort put in them. A lot of music he's made in the past is pretty good. So I mean, again, it sounds like he's got potential as a vocalist, but maybe you just need to set up a more legit collaboration with him to like spend more time on it together, figure out what he can do versus him just providing his vocals.
Yeah, it sounds like Pseudo has some work to do to figure out because he's like, I have no clue. It was or first one, our first one. I mean, ask him like, hey, like I like a lot of these ideas. Do you think we could like structure some of this differently and like maybe change the vocals? You could even ask him like, hey, is this a demo or is this like the final thing? You know, you could send him our feedback. Send it to him and be like, what do you think about what these guys said?
Yeah,
You know, because I'll
true.
say this to you right now, only Eric. I think your voice is cool. I think you came up with a lot of cool melodic ideas and
Yeah,
some words, but like I can literally tell that it took like less than 30 minutes to put it together for you, and I feel like you could do better. So
we believe in
yeah,
you, only
I
Eric.
do believe in you. I think this is cool. So, but yeah, we'll go to scores. You want to give scores?
Yep.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Also, only Eric, if you end up watching this, like, give your boy. Oh wow, okay.
I like the stuff underneath it. I mean, the vocal
I like
brought
the
it
stuff
down.
underneath it a lot for sure. Only Eric, give your boy like dry vocals too. So yeah, um, it sounds like two different things. Like the vocals is sitting on top of this beautiful lush track. So, content. What do you got?
Mm, yeah, let's see for content. Again, like the guitars, the pedal steel, all that stuff. I think like vocalist has good potential, but yeah, needs some work in terms of the integration with the track, just making sense contextually and lyrically,
Effort.
and yeah, they're just the performance too. But yeah, there's not much else to say other than that. It's short, but I think it's fine structure wise.
I think this could be beautiful.
It could,
So
yeah,
yeah, if the vocalist put as much heart and effort as the guitar players did, this would be great.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1. Wow, I'm getting lower than you are, huh?
Yeah, I'm giving a lot of
Five?
credit for
Okay.
the underlying vibe.
I guess I
Um,
have a harsh critique against vocalists that don't try,
yeah,
especially
that's true.
when like the production is so like nice.
Right. As the guitarist, I'm giving credit for guitars, and as like the vocalist, you're giving credit where
I'm
credit's
shitting on the
due for.
vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Eric, you sound good, bro.
Yes.
So
All right. Production. Let's see. Again, track sounds great. Vocals don't. That's where
agree.
we're at. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of high end on that vocal. A lot of compression.
Yeah,
Uh, attention to
I
detail.
can
It's
literally
needed.
hear like the. It's not a gate. What is it? Just like the noise, like of the compressor. I could hear it. Like
Yeah.
just constant is a constant buzz whenever the
There
vocals in.
is that noise floor.
So noise floor, yes, thank you. Cool. I have a score. Do you?
Uh, yes.
We'll see if we're synced up here. 3, 2, 1. Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting closer, closer. All right. For a track total. Uh ah. Ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Ugh.
Boom.
Wow.
Cool.
Yup. Thanks for the
Interesting
send
track.
in, Pseudo. Can't wait to hear more of your stuff. And only Eric too. Send it to him. Just be like, hey guy, what do you guys think? And then we'll see if he likes our medicine. If not, he
Yep.
can flame us. Um,
Yeah,
but
but yeah,
yeah,
I mean, again, great job with the track there, and definitely want to hear more of what you guys can make. Send us more.
yeah, for sure. And maybe he could send us something where he tried harder, and we can restore our faith
You
in him.
can reevaluate.
Yeah. Well, the truth is here. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we got one more spot. Looks like that person didn't figure out how to submit. So we got Six Wiza. I forget who was here earlier. What's his name? Male
Mm,
Ox.
yeah.
Male Ox. Male Ox said
Alex.
yeah, and then love the super constructive. Okay, all right. I'll just read it. Love the super constructive criticism, y'all. I'm a rapper from Texas. A lot of Texas people today.
Yeah, Texas.
Switched to pop with my first attempt. It's a work in progress. The beat is MP3. I haven't bought a license for it. All right, this is good context, Josh. You hear this?
Very good. Yeah, this is great.
Oh, it looks like he submitted this to other feedback streams because Pseudo knows, or
Okay.
perhaps their collaborator. Work in progress. The beat is an MP3 because I haven't bought a license. I already said that. Miller, honest thoughts. Beat produced by Siphon, mix mastering, vocals, songwriting by me. Okay, so we'll still give you production feedback because you said you still mixed, mastered, and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I know
Oh,
him.
you
Fire.
do know each
Okay.
other. Nice. All right. See, you've
Uh,
got some collaborators right there.
yeah, yeah. We'll see if this guy's vocal is good as only Eric, or maybe it's just completely different. He said he's a rapper. Um, Six Wiser. This is the kind of info you put in that info section on the submission. But yeah,
True.
we appreciate all that context. So
Yep.
we'll definitely keep it in mind. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Six Wiser. 3, 2, 1.
Take my hand, let's
Nice.
go for a minute. I just want your
Like
company.
MGK.
That was a cool
And
intro.
I'm so burnt out, I reached my limit.
It's
I
10
just
times
wanna
better.
get a taste. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting chord progression.
I know. It's only one night. Let's make it feel right. Yeah, I know. There's only one life. Let's go make a dent in my bank account. Am I the only one? 'Cause it seems like you've been entertaining others. You won't
like
find
MGK, but
another
good.
one. So get used to being stuck with me. I know.
The only thing is the bass is missing a
You
little
told
bit.
me you're the worst. Oh, but you bring out the best. Oh, I see you in a hearse. I'll never let go. I'll never leave you alone. Just promise you will never play games with me. I'll do the same, but I trust in me.
Just
So
play it.
baby, take my hand, let's go for a minute. I just want your company. And I'm so burnt out, I reached my limit. I just wanna get a taste. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. It's only one night. Let's make it feel right. Yeah, I know.
Great melodies.
There's only one life. Let's go make a dent in my bank account. Ooh, baby, let me get through. Oh, all the things I wanna do. I wanna be next to you.
I've never listened to MGK actually. I just figured this is what it
Baby,
sounds
let me
like.
get through.
Should I
Out
eat?
of all the things I wanna do, I'd rather be with
Like
you.
very
It's
Don
pretty
Toliver.
Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone, Don Toliver.
Take my hand, let's go for a minute. I just want your company. And I'm so burnt out, I reached my limit. I just wanna get a taste. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. It's only one night. Let's make it feel right. Yeah, I know. There's only one life. Let's go make a dent in my bank account.
Should
Dude.
make a dent in my bank account?
Was that what it was?
I don't
I'm not
know.
sure.
Let us know.
No,
Six
it was a
Wiser. Is
dent in
it?
my bed.
Oh, dent in my bank account?
I
Are you
think it's bank
simping? Or are
account.
you?
Is it
Okay,
bank account?
I think so. He said correct, but we both said different
I
things.
know.
So
That was
unhelpful,
happening.
Six Wiser. But
Yes.
what was helpful was that song. That was fire. That was cool.
Dude. All right,
Like Josh
everybody.
said, very Post Malone, Don Toliver. I've never listened to MGK's rock stuff. I just like
I
thought
haven't
I'd put
really
that out there.
actually.
Probably sounds like that, but probably not because people clown on him. Because that
Yeah.
sounded good. So
Everyone
yeah,
take notes because, like, I mean,
pimpin'.
it should be self-evident,
Wait,
but
wait,
like,
wait,
this is
wait.
what.
Sorry, pimpin' she'd be making you money. You said let's go make a dent in my bank account. That makes you the worst pimp ever. First of all, you ain't supposed to lose money. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I had. Anyways, what'd you say?
Just everyone take notes because it should be self-evident, but this is like how you write a compelling track. I mean, yes, it is like a pop track, but it's got the structure and the
Melodies.
hookiness, the melodies,
Yeah,
the delivery of the vocals. The vocalist
the
is having
talent.
fun. The
Yeah,
cool intro that leads into the track. Like this is that like
yeah,
professional caliber, like you could actually go somewhere with this. Like seriously.
that's cool for real. I gotta refresh my thing real quick.
So,
Yeah, I agree completely.
but yeah, I mean, this is sweet.
Yeah, bro, get do yourself a favor, get the beat, get yourself a license, and put in the work to actually release this because it's cool. We like it a
Yeah,
lot.
this is crazy.
Um,
Okay, so I just wanted to go back. You said mixing, mastering, vocals, songwriting. So, but the whole did you buy the whole beat? Like everything in the beat, it was just somebody else made and you're buying it?
Probably.
Okay. Uh okay, so songwriting not in terms of the like progression, but songwriting in terms of the melodies and the lyrics,
Hmm.
as I
Yeah,
assume what you
probably.
mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Which yeah, still is cool. Like if you know if you have a way to buy this and it works for this style and your artistry, then yeah, that's cool. Um, I think what was I going to say? It feels to me like the bass is missing a little bit, like the bass instrument. There's low end in the track some that's coming I think from the chugging guitars and maybe from the kick drum, but there's like a noticeable hole where there's like no bass guitar. And it's
Hmm.
kind of weird. Like I really feel like that would round out the whole track and make it sound like it's ready, like it's there where it needs to be. But right now, that was the one thing that I was missing, and I don't know if you'd need to add that or if you'd be able to do some mixing or production around what the source material was to make that come out more. Maybe something with are you going to get the stems when you buy it? Because that would be a big help.
Mhm. That's
Um,
usually the best way to go.
yes, so that you can approximate making a real song, because then you actually can mix it. You have the tracks. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's just because of the MP3 lossiness, but once you have the stems, you'll figure it out. I think you have your production cap screwed on tight. So yeah,
Yeah.
you should be
If
good.
not, just send it back to us. But yeah, it's good.
Well, I'm curious once you have the stems, what the where the production might go and if it will change at all, because you also don't want to get the stems and then mix them worse than the original. So that's like a sort of risky area that you have to do that. You have to get the stems to not have MP3 under this, but you also got to like know what you're doing with them, obviously, which I think you do. But
He could get the wave instead of the MP3. But
um, yeah, you could potentially, but I mean, you could just
Mhm.
try to get the mix of the stems as close to the thing that you've got right now in terms of balance,
Right.
and that would be better
Right.
also. And then if you really want, you can have somebody help out with mixing or mastering if you need. But um, yeah, which I usually think is a good idea. Like even if you're a great mixing engineer, find somebody that you can trust to master it because they're just going to have a second set of ears to provide that polish on the finished product, and they will catch things that your ears or your system can't, and really make it sound professional. So it's like don't bet your chances in success on either pride or like you don't want to pay for someone to master it. Try it, you'll see that you're going to have a more well-rounded finished product.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, otherwise, shit. I mean, you have anything else? It's super cool.
Nope. I think it's fire. I
Yeah,
scored
scores. Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
A
Dude,
lot of
I want to find this once it's released. This is sick.
yeah, a lot of versatility in the vocal here. This person said they're a rapper, so I'd love to hear what they're saying here. But yeah, the vocal prowess seems pretty strong with this one. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, already said it. The
In terms
vocals.
of content, like the lyrics, uh, it got me so like, wait, what? The dent in the bank account. What is he talking about? Like that was like interesting enough for me to be like, huh, what's he mean? In terms of the rest of the stuff and like all the kind of vocal craziness that was going on, I was kind of mostly paying attention to this like the melody and like zoning out as like I would for a pop song, rather than be like, what is he actually talking about? Maybe I'll have to like re-listen to it again. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was just like, you know. So
yeah,
yeah, that was my kind of understanding of the content. Yeah, the vocals are very compelling, enough to just like kind of tune in on that and zone out, which was nice. I
yeah.
was going for catchiness. Yep, exactly. Yeah, do you have anything to add to content?
Mm, no, it sounds super good.
Pretty fire. All right, I have a score. Do you?
Yep,
3, 2, 1. Production.
catchy. Yeah, and then again, production like overall sounds super professional. I guess it's
Yeah,
not production, but that intro is a nice touch. The sort of
that
like
was fire.
scene and then straight into the
That's the
track.
effort we need, only Eric. Okay, that was effort for
Yeah.
sure.
I do think that there's maybe a little bit of room to restrain on some of the high mids and like again, it's that like saturation thing where people try to boost up loudness and boost up excitement, and then it gets a little bit unruly. It ends up sounding less clean than like the professional stuff that's out there. So just again, like be careful with your high mid build up, trying to make everything sound too bright and exciting, because that can just make things sound crowded and too crunchy. Um, so I would be cautious there, and
You
then
saying on the general mix or the
yeah,
vocals?
just the general mix. The vocal I think is okay. The vocal I think actually could use at least one pass of a little bit more compression.
Hmm.
Not to say you have to like super compress it, but I think maybe some parallel compression would help with this if you're not doing that already, to get both the dynamics out of the vocal and the sort of solid basis like that keeps it feeling consistent. Because I did
Hmm.
feel like it was kind of up and above the mix at a lot of points. It was like great, performance and everything, but kind of jumping out from the mix a little bit too much versus like feeling like it's a solidly packaged, whole
Hmm.
scene. Um, yeah, again, trying to get the track to meld well with the vocals. That's maybe one area, and it could help with the mastering stuff because it's going to provide a little bit of limiting and compression. But I would, make sure you do some of that in the mix too. And then again, just the bass guitar feeling like it's missing. Like once you get the stems, you'll probably be able to address that. But I think having a solid bass as a foundation of this track would just round it all together and make it sound great.
Yo, what's up? It's me, only Eric.
Yo,
Yeah, that song took me 15 minutes and it was a demo for fun today. All right, bro, we get it. We get it.
it's all good.
And yeah, thanks for stopping by and doing it. I have like other stuff that's way better, of course. Okay, good, good, good. All right.
Like,
So yeah,
yeah,
we'll flip it back on Pseudo for not telling us it was a freaking demo because I was like, yeah, this sounds like a demo. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, like we said, like I mean, you've got really cool vocal tone. It sounds like, and I'm sure
yeah.
that
Cool ideas
with
too.
more time, you could do cool stuff on that. So, yeah, man, you're working with a great collaborator there too with those that background stuff, the guitars and everything. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do yourself a favor and work that track out and let it flush it out, I suppose, because I think it's really cool.
yeah,
So
yeah, definitely. Some of the better stuff that we've heard on the stream, FYI.
yeah, shout out to Pseudo for giving it to Only Eric already. Shout out to Only Eric coming in. You guys need to communicate better, perhaps, but yeah. Anyways, um, yeah, appreciate you all. What do we got? Scores, production. What do you have? Give me the score.
Yeah, I know, Matt.
3, 2, 1. Ah.
Boom.
Yup. Track total.
All right. Yeah, I know, Matt.
3, 2, 1. Solid.
Yeah. Dude, you're like so close. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
seriously like an awesome
Super
track
cool. Yeah.
overall. Like, if you're not paying attention to like the little details, this is like a pretty damn professional pop track.
Yeah.
But if you want to get it across the finish line and like allow it to shine the way that it deserves to, then just those little mix decisions make a big world of difference, and making it feel like well-rounded, well packaged, and just balanced. That's kind of what it's all about, is making things sound balanced.
Pseudo crying in the chat, bro. Yeah, Eric, you gotta let him know, bro. What if he's like, "This is what he sent me.
Yeah.
This is it." No, you gotta be like, "Yo, bro, this is a demo. Let me know what you think." You know,
He didn't know it was a demo. It's funny.
it's funny. That's where I said the communication's bad. All right, so I digress. You guys make
Yeah,
beautiful music
we said
together.
you guys should get
So cool.
together IRL and collaborate on this track and try to like
If possible,
meet
at least
meet
on the call.
minds.
Yeah.
Even if you, yeah, whatever, however you can. It can be on call too, but just like make
Sounds like
sure
you guys
you
are both
know.
Texas, so
Yeah, make sure you know what you're going for. Like, what is this track supposed to be? What's it about? Does the vibe of the lyrics and the vocal performance match the underlying track well enough? Do you need to adapt either towards each other, but again, like making a song versus just providing like a vocal on a backing track type thing? But it sounds really cool so far, so excited to see where it goes.
yep. Fire. No worries, bro. We take our
Harmonies,
music
better
seriously
mix,
here.
dubs. Nice.
We can
Def
we
can't
can't meet up.
beat up. It's all good. I
Yeah.
mean, again, you can do it virtually, but it's just like putting a little bit of time into aligning on what you're trying to make together.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, y'all. We appreciate it. We got through all the queue. Looks like nobody got skipped out a week as well.
No
So
skippers.
everybody's happy. We got some good songs today. And yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. Remember, as Josh said, Fast Track is not just a feedback stream. In fact, the feedback stream is just a ploy. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, kind of.
Tip of
Kind of
the
not
iceberg.
really. Yeah, we are making a platform. It is a currently right now a place for you can manage your music projects with collaborators. You could upload your projects. You could upload tracks. Each track can have multiple versions. Each version you can have timestamp comments. You can do that with multiple collaborators with different access levels. You can give each other tasks. They'll get notified. They'll get emails. So you guys can actually get the stuff done. In the future, we're looking at or building right now actually tools to manage your team, um, chat with the team. We're looking at AI features in the future, um, royalty splits, all that stuff. Some of the questions that maybe you guys haven't been thinking about yet, but soon if you guys are going to make some hits together. So yeah, if that all sounds good to you, we have a beta. Please join it. Just let us know if you're interested by DMing us or joining our Discord and DMing us as well. I can't talk right now. But yeah, you have anything else to add, Josh?
Nope, that's what we're doing. Again, if you're interested in getting in early access to the beta and helping us build it and decide what we should build, then all you have to do is let us know. Literally, just reach out any of our Instagrams. Follow us FastTrack_music. There also follow us on Twitch to get notified when we go live again. And if you get in the queue, you'll get notified the day of the stream that we're about to go live in the morning. Like, hey, you're in the queue. This is your position. This is when we go live, so you won't miss it. But yeah, thanks for all the great tracks today, and looking forward to being back in a few weeks and hearing more. And hope everyone has a great weekend and a great couple summer weekends to come.
Yup. Log on. Go to the beta. Tell your
Yep.
friends.
All right, everyone. Peace out.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, bro. Have a great summer.